Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are well. I had another sunny day today. I feel very blessed and lucky to be having all this sunshine and blue skies. Yeah, very appreciative of that. So this evening we have got Fiona Allan coming in. She is a physiotherapist and a cranio-sacral therapist. And the cranio-sacral work is what she's going to be talking about mostly, as well as her own kind of personal journey around that. So I will let Fiona explain it much better than I can. Excuse me, got a bit of a frog in my throat this evening. Also, I need to say thank you to all the folks who came to the Shooting Stars quiz last night, which was a lot of fun. I've still got aching cheeks from smiling so much. It took me right back to the 90s and early 2000s. I had a good giggle there. We will be doing another quiz in a couple of weeks' time, which is going to be called It's Your Round, where everybody brings 10 questions around a particular topic or theme. So we've got 5 people signed up already. If you'd like to get involved in that, just give me a shout and tell me what topic you would like your questions to be on. Other stuff coming up. I've just released an update to the list of guests and other events we've got going on, so check that out. Lots of great guests coming. Tomorrow is Man Tuesday. Wednesday we've got our support session. Great guests coming rest of the week. Friday also is the mental health aware course. So if you want to do that, you can book online at, I've got a little thingy here. There we go. You can book there, pathlight.org.uk, or send me a message if you fancy coming along. Really good course to give you a good grounding in mental health issues and how to support others, how to spot mental health issues, how to keep yourself having positive mental health, which is really important generally, but also especially important during this pandemic and lockdown, I feel. Okay, anything else I need to tell you? Yes, one more thing. If you would like, if you know anyone, I'm sorry, I'm stuttering a lot today. I don't know what's going on. If you know anyone who would benefit from joining the Hive, benefit from all of these great guests and the support sessions and the meditations and all the other stuff we have going on here, then invite them along. Just send them the group link. And we've got 180 people in the Hive now, and I worked out a short while ago that if everyone invites 10 people along who they think are interested in mental health, holistic well-being, personal development, navigating these crisis challenges around the pandemic, then invite them along. Send that link to them, and then we will have 2,000 little bees in the Hive, and it will be lovely and busy. So please do that. Please keep sharing. And we've got a comment already. Hello, it's Fiona Allan. Oh, no, it's not. Hello, Paul. Hello, Fiona Allan. Hello, whoever that was saying that. I can't see what your name is because you need to go to, where is it? There you go. That's where you need to go. If you want us to know what your name is, you can go there, or you can just type your name after your comment. Or you can remain anonymous. That's fine too. Okay, I'm going to stop waffling and invite Fiona into the studio. If you have any questions, just put them in the comments and we will address them as we go through. So, hello, Fiona.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, thank
Good.
Oh, sorry.
It's
The noise is really bad.
We were chatting earlier, folks, and Fiona's laptop is it's got a rather noisy fan, so hopefully you'll be able to hear her okay. If you've got any issues with hearing, just put it in the comments and
yeah,
do it.
the fan's kicked off. Sorry.
Okay, can't be helped. Anyway, welcome, Fiona, and thank you for coming to share your time and your expertise with us.
Thank you.
So,
yeah. So yeah, I'm Fiona. So I'm a physiotherapist. Originally trained sort of straight from school as a physio, and over those many years of the NHS, did realise that there's more to health and healing than just the physical. And I I think I always intuitively knew that there was more to it than that. Didn't know quite what to do, but I had a session from a friend who was studying cranio-sacral therapy at the time, and I was a guinea pig, I guess, and had this one session from her where she was still training. It was just incredible, and just felt so connected to my body, and hadn't realised that, you know, how disconnected I probably was, you know, for most of my life, and just felt connected in such a different way, and centered. So I thought, well, this is it. This is what I need to do, and so sort of started training from there. But obviously, along the way of the training, I had lots more therapy myself, and lots more cranio-sacral therapy. And I and again, intuitively knew that there was something that I needed to work on in myself, and knew that there was something going on, but didn't quite know what it was, and couldn't articulate it. But knew there was something was amiss. And as I got further into the cranial work, it became more apparent that there was a lot of disembodiment and sort of dissociation from myself. And there was one session I had that, with this work, we can go back to different times in our lives, because our body holds sort of, you know, the whole history of our lives, and at certain times it can start to unfold when it's ready, and with the right person, right therapist. And there was a time around my early childhood that sort of came up in us during the session. My father passed away when I was 3, and brought up by my mum, just me and my mother. So this was really the root of a lot of my trauma, a lot of my sort of pain and dissociation. And now, in hindsight, growing up as a child, there was sort of anxiety and dissociating just as a form of protection. So coming out of my body and distracting, and this sort of has really continued throughout my life. And it's only in recent years that I've been able to connect with this, and it's really has changed my life, and is changed. You know, it's not fixed, but it's a process, and it's something that I still continuously need to come back to. That sort of process of grounding and embodiment, and so that's sort of my journey there. And then took up a year, which is where I met Paul, training in psychotherapy and counselling, initially to help my clients. And a lot of my clients would come in who had a lot of trauma, and I found I was struggling to help them with their emotional health, in terms of speaking about it. So that was the reason why I sort of entered psychotherapy world. But of course, it's not about my clients, it's also about me, isn't it? It's about us, our own healing. So that was another journey that I'm still on. That was an amazing year. And during that year of having psychotherapy myself, I was able then to connect with the somatic side of things that I've been connecting with cranio-sacral therapy, and, you know, with the theories of attachment and loss and grief, and helping me to understand and having that witness to process some of this early stuff, and, you know, how it affects relationships in life now. And I can now have more compassion for myself, and understanding of, you know, perhaps some of my patterns that do go back to my childhood. But if it hadn't been for the cranio-sacral therapy, really feeling into the emotions and the feelings around that time. Obviously, being 3, you know, it's hard for me to connect. I'm 37, and I have no memory really of that. So it just shows, you know, the physical, the mental, but it's really the embodying of all of this really is a catalyst for healing. And with the cranio-sacral, it really recalibrated my nervous system so that fight or flight, that trauma that was frozen in my body, had a chance to be heard and then could release and change my nervous system. So that's the process. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. So it really is the definition of holistic, and kind of embodied that process yourself, Fiona, from that early trauma, which, as you say, not have a conscious memory of, but the body keeps the score, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And that disassociation you spoke of. So maybe that was, like you say, some kind of defense mechanism against that trauma, which you couldn't cope with at that time. As 3-year-olds, we don't have that resilience or capacity to deal with those kind of things. But yeah, it's held in the body, and then the emotions are there, the mental stuff's there, and you could say spiritually it can affect you as well, and it affects your later relationships and the relationship with yourself.
Exactly.
It comes together, and the somatic work you do as well, and Cranio-sacral feels like it's like a magic key to unlock some of this stuff.
It is pretty magical, yeah. It's it's definitely something you need to experience to really fully understand. But I can tell you a bit about it if you like as well. So, well, it's it's a subtle healing form of therapy. It's a branch of osteopathy, so it was founded about in the last century by an osteopath, and he found that there's a fluids that surround the brain and spinal cord that has its own rhythm, so separate from our circulatory system, our breathing system. And in health, this fluid flows heavily, but with our emotional, physical, spiritual knocks that we get in life that are held in the body, it can disrupt this natural flow and inherent sort of life force within our system. And as a therapist, we're tuning into this. It's very subtle, very light palpation, and we're tuning into this the system, and we can then intuitively pick up areas of restriction and tension. So it could be physical, it could be from, say, a shoulder injury, so it's very physical, and we work with the anatomy. It could be emotions that are held in the body, and it's the difference in quality that we're feeling into to decide what's going on. Sometimes we don't know exactly what's going on. We're just facilitating the body's natural mechanism for self-healing. So it's really sort of healing from the inside out rather than doing anything or thinking, problem-solving things. It's the body knows the score, and it does what it needs to do. But for example, I had someone with a shoulder injury who chronic pain. The injury had gone. There's no reason why he should still have pain. It was in a car accident, but when I was treating him in the fascia, which is like tissue that surrounds everything, within that, the emotion of this and trauma and the shock of this car accident was still held in his body and was being reinforced as pain. And he then had a memory of this injury, and as that memory came up, then the pain dissipated. So it can be emotional issues as well. It's great for birth trauma, so it's very good for babies and mothers and babies as well. So a range of things people come.
Okay, so like I say, it's a subtle form of healing.
Yeah.
It works on several levels.
That's it, yeah.
So what's the actual process? How do you go about it? Is it a hands-on technique, a hands-off technique?
It's a bit of both. Well, it's essentially a hands-on technique, but it's very light touch, very subtle, but it works on, as you say, there's many layers, so it can be quite profound and really deep into the system. So it looks like not doing very much, and it can actually, even for the client, feel like nothing much is happening. But as a client, you generally feel a sense of deep relaxation. You can feel sort of tingling or heat, warmth, cold, as it has that direct connection with the nervous system. It's great for, you know, stress, anxiety, long-term health conditions.
Ooh, have we lost Fiona? Can you hear me, Fiona? It's frozen for me. I'm guessing it's frozen for other people as well. I will just send her a message and see if she could reconnect. Ooh, bear with me a minute, folks. This happened last week as well with somebody else. This technology is wonderful, but it does have its limitations. So apologies. See if you can bear with us for a moment. And in the meantime, have a look at that. It's really good. Come along to the course. Right. Excuse me a moment. Right, yes. She says it's crashed. Trying to reconnect. She may be able to get back. So, in the meantime, I wonder how you are feeling today. It's Easter Monday, isn't it? So, I wonder if you've not been at work today, what have you been doing and how have you been feeling? How are you coping with the lockdown as it continues into the 4th week now, I think it is? Send some comments. Keep me entertained and engaged whilst Fiona is trying to reconnect. How are you feeling? Are you struggling with anything? Do you need any support? Are you feeling better or worse than a week ago? How's your anxiety? Have you adapted to this as the new normal? I'm saying to Fiona earlier on, it feels like almost normal to me now. I think I've just got into the routine, into the structure of it. And acceptance is a big part of that for me. But I know for other people it's very challenging, and there are very real anxieties and fears still present. So yeah, feel free to send a comment and I can take a little barometer of how you're feeling. As Fiona tries to reconnect, apologies for this, folks. In the meantime, what else can I do? I can tell you about who's coming up in the Thrive Hive. So tomorrow we have Man Tuesday, which is a men's group where we talk and listen and be ourselves. And yeah, it's just a really nice, safe space for people to express their feelings, talking about mental health, talking about relationships, life's challenges, whatever's coming up. Navigating this lockdown being quite a present topic at the moment. So if you know anyone who is male and over 18 or over, send them along to Man Tuesday, which is every Tuesday on Zoom, 6 till 7. On Wednesday at Zoom, we have a support session. So just a Zoom check-in, really very informal. We talk about how we're doing and share our feelings and any tips that we've got. We do a meditation and it's all very lovely. So come along to that Wednesday at midday on Zoom. Thursday, Shirish Kulkarni is going to come in to talk about what's wrong with the news. He is a journalist and news storytelling researcher. And he reckons the way the news is done is a bit bobbins, actually, and I agree with him. It's kind of crisis, 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 and there's no storytelling arc to it. So he's going to suggest some better ways of doing the news, and also how we can look at our own mental health with our news consumption during this pandemic. So that's going to be really useful, practical tips, as well as an inspiring insight into the world of journalism and how we can do it better. Friday is the best day of the week, and also, oh yeah, I forgot to say, I'm going to do a session myself on the resource I produced a few weeks ago, which started off all of this Thrive Hive gubbins. It's called Successfully Navigating Homeworking, and it's a kind of top 10 tips, although there's probably about 1,000 tips in there, really. There's just 10 categories of tips about how to work at home productively, how to school at home, how to manage relationships positively during this time where we're all within four walls and tensions might be a little high. And what else is in there? All sorts of stuff around mental health, physical health, holistic well-being, lots of tips. So that'll be an interactive kind of thing. And if there's any particular topics that you want me to cover, any particular questions or challenges that you have, send them through and I will address them as best as I possibly can. Saturday, Kate Windybank's coming in. Kate's ace. That almost rhymes. She's going to talk about letting go of fear and anxiety using 3 principles, neuro-linguistic programming, and all of the other tools in her marvelous toolbox of skills. She's a mind-body healing practitioner, NLP coach, 3 principles coach, and all sorts of other stuff too. So she's got lots of really useful stuff to offer around letting go of fear and anxiety. And then on Sunday, we've got Dr. Shireen Kassan coming in, the Director of Plant-Based Health Professionals UK, to talk about the benefits of a vegan diet, not just the benefits to the environment and to animals who don't get exploited or killed, but for us as human beings, how it helps us, the science behind that, the physics, the physical physiology, is that the word? So that's going to be really interesting. I like this, I'm just, Fiona's coming back in, great. I'm just emailing people and saying, will you do this for me? Some quite famous people as well. None of them have said yes yet, but she's coming in, so that'll be good. Great, Fiona has reconnected, so we can resume our conversation. There we go. Hello, Fiona, welcome back.
Hello, sorry about that.
Okay, don't worry. Can't be
helped. Yeah.
So where were we?
Where was I?
I think you were saying that it was a kind of intuitive process, and it's mostly hands-on. It's quite
yes.
Can help with all sorts of different things. So do you want to perhaps just to recap, just to give some examples of what people come to you with, the kind of problems that people are looking to get addressed?
Yeah. So as I was saying, it's great for babies. I get a lot of mothers coming with babies after they've given birth. So birth trauma, and also to support the mother after her experience. Variety of things, a lot of stress and anxiety, which is so common in today's world. Musculoskeletal, back pain, neck pain, aches and pains, things that maybe the medical world not being able to address. So maybe these chronic problems. It can help to alleviate. It's not going to cure, for example, MS, but I've had people that come with symptoms, and it can just help to manage and maintain some of the symptoms. Autism and ADHD children, it's very common to come with as well. Again, not curing, but just managing some of their symptoms and their anxieties. Digestive problems, all relating back to the nervous system and stress, really. That can manifest digestion, poor sleep, so migraines, TMJ jaw problems. So a variety of things.
No, brilliant, and it's great that you can use it with children as well. That's,
it's great. You have to be very adaptable with children. They don't always stay still, and so you have to be flexible, and we can work off the body as well. So it's tuning into their system off the body. They may be running around the room, but you're still working with them. Or so it's a challenge, but it's good. It's great.
Great. And I believe you can do distance healing as well, Fiona.
Yeah, so we can. In this current climate, obviously, it's more relevant at the moment. I have been seeing a few of my clients distantly, and we do teach that. So I teach at the Cranio-sacral therapy in London as well, and so we do teach a bit of this as well. So, I mean, our energy field, we have, our body is enveloped with like an electromagnetic field. So, thoughts, emotions, or energy, and they can affect our field and affect our health. So, by giving off, we give off this field, and it's sort of endless. So, we don't have to be in the same room or even the same country as someone to be able to connect with them and connect with their energetic field. And it's done more by with thought and intention, and you can do it over Skype, so you can have the person there, you can really sense into them if you don't know them very well, and that helps with the connection. But yeah, I've had some nice and powerful results distantly as well. It can be very supportive during this time when people may be isolating and not having a connection.
Yeah, so we've got Fiona's website across the screen ticking along there. So if you are suffering in some way from anxiety or any chronic pains or other health conditions, then feel free to get in touch with Fiona. And if lots of people did that, you could save up some money and buy a new laptop.
I know. Yes, it's on my list to do.
Wonderful. So distance healing. I mentioned before on the Thrive Hive that a couple of weeks ago I had I'd kind of burnt out myself. I'd been working too much, and one of my friends who's also on the Thrive Hive here sent me some distance Reiki as I went to bed that night, and I had the best sleep that I'd had for 2 weeks and woke up the next day really, really refreshed. So I proved that distance healing can be very powerful.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to do an embodiment demonstration for us, Fiona.
Just something that helps me keep embodied and into my body, sort of saying earlier, and it helps us to keep connected with ourselves. When we're disembodied, we're often in our heads, distracting ourselves, and can become more anxious actually. So just grounding, centering ourselves can be helpful in this time. So I can maybe just talk you through a little exercise. So if you want to do it in sitting, if you just want to get comfortable so your feet are on the floor, and if you want to close your eyes, it helps to go inward, just taking a deep breath, and just bringing your attention down towards your sacrum, so your sit bones where you're sitting. And just notice the heaviness and the weight of your sit bones and the weight of your body. And just breathing into that, bringing that attention down from the mind, right down to the sacrum, down through your legs. And just notice the heaviness and the circling sensations down through your legs. And once you've got that sense of anchoring and weight, bring your attention back up towards your neck and your shoulders. And just notice, really listen to any sensation, any movements that you might be feeling within your neck and your shoulders. And you can just allow them to move a little bit. That sort of movement really brings our attention into the body, reinforces that embodiment. And coming down through your arms, again, there's a sense of movement. Down through your spine. Really concentrate on each vertebra on the top of your spine, and then down to your sit bone. Again, any movements that might be coming up, just going with them. Really sensing that heaviness, that sense of weight. Down into your pelvis. Just notice the two sides as you're sitting. They feel the same. Notice any sensations. Again, any movement. Down through your legs to the soles of your feet. And all your awareness, all your attention, the soles of your feet. Notice any sensations. Notice how the floor meets and supports your weight. And the movement. So equal weight on both sides. And then beyond your feet, down through the floor, through the earth, right to the centre. So that anchors for your roots. So you connect deeper. So your body's really anchored down, earthy quality. And then when you want to, you could then stand and open your eyes. And again, just bringing that awareness to your feet. And if you have a bit of space around you, just take a little walk, very slowly. And just noticing all the sensations in your feet, your ankles, how those sensations may move up towards the knees. your shoulder blades. Just notice that connection between your feet and your shoulder blades as you move. You might get sensations of heat, swelling movements, maybe even emotion. And then when you're ready, just stopping, standing or sitting, just coming back to the feet. Back to your sacrum, your sit bones. And just notice how you're feeling now. You get a sense of your whole body, of your presence, fully alive. And when you're ready, just coming back to the room.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's short. I mean, it could go on. It's a walking meditation, really, and sort of connecting different parts of your body and really listening internally is the idea. But
Yeah, I'd be curious about anyone tried that, standing up, or would try it walking around if you're watching this back as a recording. What was it?
yeah, try it.
Yeah, I could really feel the connection from my feet up to my shoulder blades. It's like
Right.
electrical buzzing in my feet, and then like a shooting electrical signal or something going up to my shoulder blades. And
Yeah.
Felt that.
Yeah, great. Yeah, and it's just noticing, these feelings and sensations. And,
Interesting, powerful stuff. I mean, fascinating, isn't it? How everything is connected. Everything in the body's connected, and as we've said a couple of times, the body keeps the score. So any stuff from the past which hasn't been processed, worked through, or has been suppressed, it's going to be held in the body. And that's what cranio-sacral stuff can start to unlock and heal. Lovely. So, you mentioned being disconnected, disembodied yourself. Dissociated is the word you use.
Yeah.
I know another thing we do somatically is 5 rhythms. Do you want to say a little bit about that?
Yeah, so 5 rhythms is a movement meditation practice that I found to be very useful in helping me to ground and go back into my body. Did I freeze?
You did, one of us did, but you're back here.
Oh, right. Sorry.
No one else.
Yeah, so it's a movement meditation. So it brings us, again, awareness to the sensations within our body, and we move in relation to these sensations. So again, it really helps to ground and come into the body, into presence. As your mind, it's a meditation, so as with any meditation, as your mind tends to wander, it's just that practice of coming back into the body. Music and dance is such an amazing practice anyway, so you get that sense of connection with others and community, and where you may shut off from others and connection, it really helps with that, as well as staying present to your own true self. So it's a practice, and it's something that the early trauma I spoke about has sort of got in the way of being present.
Yeah, cool. I've done 5 rhythms once, and I can recommend it as well. I felt really liberated. In the moment when I was doing that. When I started off, I was a little bit self-conscious. Got out in the disco, throwing some moves, but then kind of divorced myself from that and just felt the music and let the body lead.
That's it. It's about the body leading. Yeah. Mind getting out of the way. Yeah. Inhibitions tend to go with that as well.
Yeah. And I'm guessing with 5 rhythms, just like anything else, it is a practice. So the more you do it, the more benefit you get, the more embodied you feel.
Yeah, and of course with it, you do get distracted. There are moments where you do come out, and there are moments where you go very deeply inside, and emotion can come up, and it's again just allowing that, and everyone having permission to do that. It's about permission as well, allowing yourself to do that.
It's an interesting dynamic, I think, because certainly in my experience, having only been once, I was aware of other people there and aware of my own kind of reaction to that. But then seeing everyone else just letting go and being authentic, being true to themselves, as far as they were able to do so, that gave me permission to do the same. And I thought, no one bothered about them. They're just doing their own thing. I'll do my own thing as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Really good.
Great. I'm glad you tried it.
Yes, I did. Okay, so is there anything else, Fiona, that we haven't discussed that you think might be useful? Any tips? Anything?
I don't think so. I hope I explained a bit about Cranio-sacral and just the benefits and how I came into it, and really just honing in on that embodiment and grounding, and how the more we're anchored in our bodies, the more we can feel, and the more we heal. And
Yes, thank you. Yeah, so we've got your website, bottom there again, www.mindbodyawakenings.com. So if you are interested in finding out more, then do get in touch with Fiona. And thank you once again, Fiona, for your time.
Thank you. Sorry about the interruption. Halfway through.
Thanks very much. And see you soon.
Okay. Thank you, Paul.
Take care.
Bye.
So, yes, apologies, folks, for the technical issues there. The sound wasn't great, and we lost connection once or twice. But can't be helped. This is the world we live in. It's better than nothing at all. I hope you'll agree. So, I'm just going to reiterate what I've said. We've got lots of great guests coming up. If you have got something to offer the Hive, then give me a shout. It could be your own mental health journey, some kind of experience you've had that you would like to share, and you may feel that others would benefit from hearing that story. I was speaking to a friend of mine today who is quite nervous about doing so, but is going to give it a go. And I was saying that by doing so, not only do you build your own resilience, as long as you're keeping yourself safe, not oversharing, it can be great, really empowering to tell your own story, and also for others to hear it. It normalizes mental health issues, it normalizes the journey, it breaks the stigma down, it educates people, it enlightens people, and a lot of the guests we've had on and in other spheres, when I've heard people talking about their journeys, I find it really inspiring, really inspiring. So if you've got anything to offer, even if you don't think you've got a story worth telling, get in touch and I'll be the judge of that. Thank you very much. So yeah, if it's not you, if there's anyone else that you know who's got a skill, holistic healing, anything to do with mental health, personal development, tips around navigating this lockdown situation, anything at all that you think might be useful for the hive, then please let me know or put them in touch with me, and we'll keep this journey going. So yeah, check out the timetable for all of the other stuff that's coming up, and do share the group with everyone you know. Not everyone you know, that wouldn't be good. People who you think will benefit from being here. Get 10 of your friends in, and if everyone did that, we'll have 2,000 people in this busy little hive. So I think that's everything. I'm going to end with a song because I like songs, and I like this song in particular. This to me sounds like Rolling Stones round about 1973. So see what you think. It is Ethan and the Reformation, and this song is called Wild-Minded Woman.
Take a little time to tell you all about this woman of mine. She lights me up in a burning fever, drives a steam train through my mind. When she runs her hair up and down my thighs, she brings me to my knees each and every time that I belong to the lady. She lights a fire underneath me. She really knows how to please me. I've got a wild-hearted woman. She's really my kind of woman. I've got a wild-hearted woman. Yes, she made me hold it. She loves it when I feel her with my rock and roll. In the ever-fading light of the evening, she told me that she needed feeling. She pressed her finger to my lips and she stifled a kiss. And I saw no use in trying to appeal it. I've got a wild-hearted woman. She's really my kind of woman. I've got a wild-hearted woman. Yeah, she made me hold it. She loves it when I feel her with my rock and roll. She really knows how to please me with a touch. Alright. She really knows how to please me. She really knows how to feed me. Gotta bring it on home to my baby. Come and give me on up. I've got a wild-hearted woman. She's really my kind of woman. I've got a wild-hearted woman. She made me rolling. She loves me when I feel her with my rock and roll. I've got a wild-hearted woman. She's really my kind of woman. I've got a wild-hearted woman. Yeah, she made me rolling. She loves me when I feel her with my rock and roll.
you like that, Evening of the Reformation, Wild-Minded Woman, and enjoy the rest of your Monday. See you tomorrow or the next day or whenever. Bye.